Okay, so we're starting to work on siding. And to do that, I've got to cut these 8-foot sheets down to 4-foot sheets so they can go on the side of the building. So what I'm doing is I've measured down 4 feet. I'm using this sheet here as a straight edge. Mark it. Here we go. Slide my sheet out of the way. I'm going to use a circular saw. I've got a couple things. I got a nibblers and then I got the circular saw. I'm using a circular saw with a metal cutting blade to go through. The only thing is, it's hard to keep it straight. It bucks, it kicks, and it throws metal shards everywhere. So we're probably protected here. And I just got my line way off. That is going to be a bottom. Sure. The bottom of that side of the container. I'm putting cut edges down, so hopefully they won't be seen too well. Because, well, I didn't do such a good job on them. So on the next sheet, we'll try the nibblers. I found they don't work very well because of the ridges, but give them a shot anyway. And the damn camera shut off. Okay, so we're going to cut this sheet in half using power shears. I've been using the circular saw. I'm going to try the shears, see if they'll get through it. Well, not bad. Had to fight my way through a few times, and I got a little bit off, but honestly better than I do with the saw. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start hanging the steel on the container and putting some insulation behind it. This is going to be the first course. I went ahead and got one screw in the first one. I just kind of had to make sure it would fit. So I'm going to go ahead and just run right along. Kind of got to work over my pile of wood here I have stashed. So what you want to do what I'm going to do anyway is start out by putting a piece. This is 1.5 inch foam board, so we're just going to go ahead and slide it in behind. And then, actually, that piece is cut the smallest. The rest of them are cut to fit. But you know, you got to use the entire sheet. So, come in, put my level on here, get it screwed up so it's nice and straight and level. I'm actually doing this backwards. I should be starting down at that end and work my way this way. The way I've got the overlaps set up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start hanging our metal. Got the first piece started putting some insulation board behind it. It's not real critical, at least how I'm doing it, to have the insulation covering every little bit. Being that there's also going to be insulation on the inside. So what I've done, always want to make sure you start out nice and level. So I've got the first sheet hung, got it nice and level. Now I'm actually hanging this backwards. Notice I've got the overlap sheet, so I'm going to have to wedge it up under, and part of that I'm doing just because I'm doing this by myself. Don't want to wrench these things down, these sheets down. Just want to put them on till they're snug. Beware of things you left up high. A lot of people will just wrench on these and then they end up bowed. I don't like that. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and truck along. Okay, my wood that I've actually got under here is... Okay, so, still working on siding here, just on the lower half siding. What I'm doing now, I've already got this cut off my vertical strips. So we don't need those to run all the way down. It's kind of a mistake to run them the way I did. Since we changed our plans, I guess I didn't know ahead that we were going to change our plans. So what I'm going to do is come in and put some holes in for running our bolts from the outside, from the inside out. So I pre-drill them. A 2x4 is going to go in here, so I only need about every other. Let's go ahead and I went through, I can't tell you how many drill bits. Therefore, I'm using El Cheapo drill bits from Harbor Freight. They get the job done. So what we need to do here is just I need to know approximately where my 2x4 is going to come. So I just turn this one by I got over, just like that. These ends are real hard. There's not a whole lot of drilling area, so I'm trying to just drill on the one in from the end. Okay, now I have to do the same thing at the bottom because obviously you have to have a place for your wood, for your material to screw at the bottom. So, yeah, I will be very glad when I am done drilling holes. Okay. Go inside. I'll put a screw in it. I'll put a screw on the left side. And level it up.
Your left or my left?
Okay. What?
Your left or my left?
Free side. Start road side. Okay, so just like the other sides, I went ahead, got my insulation board on. Because the container is 8 foot wide, I went ahead and just cut it 8 foot. It does give for a little bit more waste, but we'll use that on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll take my first sheet. Now I went ahead, I go ahead and I pre-drill my holes. That way I know all my holes are perfect. I want this to line up the top of this right here. me just use my foot to balance it, get it lined up. Shoot in the first screw. I'm just going to take a level. Got my foot underneath there to work as my helping hand. Use my level, get my sheet as perfectly level as I can get it. Alright, just like that. Put in the rest of the screws. Go to town. Now I am running, like I said on the first side, I'm running these backwards. That's simply because I'm working by myself. And I'm at a point where the full sheet's too long, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. So I'll be right back. Went ahead, cut this sheet off so it's at the corner. Now there will be corner caps that cover all this eventually, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Have to get everything out of the way from leveling the container. Okay, and just like that, all three sides are now, lower half is insulated and sheathed. Waiting on the rail that goes here before I can do this, the top half. That's going to be a couple weeks probably. So I'll probably be moving on to the other side, removing the doors, and putting up a wall. That'll be next week or the week after.